through the criticism, the haters. You got to get through the adversity. You got to get through the test that the universe wants to make sure you're serious about this, and you will be amazingly successful. Joe D is not where he's at without being tested. Personally, for me, I love the FSCO. I love everybody who's in the IFCO now. And when you were chairman of the board of the FSCO, and I was there even in the Sherman times, Jody for me has been one of my most powerful mentors in chiropractic. And with all humility, there's not a whole lot of people qualified to be my mentor because of those little tiny incongruencies. Melanie, you were talking about incongruencies of a person in your life that just didn't quite add up, and it made you have that, what's called cognitive dissonance. Just didn't feel quite good about it. That's what I felt my whole life through most of the chiropractors I encountered. But I still had love and appreciation and learned something from all of them. When I was on board when I was vice president of the FSCO, I saw Joe take beating after beating of chiropractors right now that are very popular, who were not on board with the non-therapeutic model, which is fine if you're not. But I watched this guy go through things that bothered me a lot. And I've seen this guy take more knives. I've seen this guy left holding the bag. I've seen this guy go through things that most people never would have went through. And this is like what I've always called the unsung hero of chiropractic, because if Reggie moved on to something else, Joe D still tried to keep this thing going forward. When people were kind of choosing friends over the principal, he stuck with the principal. So I became very protective of Joe throughout my career because I saw what you went through. The reason why he's in the situation that he's in right now, the reason why that he has this type of authority, and look anywhere, whether it's Facebook or amongst the profession, Joe commands an authority that came from the experience of what he went through. The man has braved storm after storm after storm, always remained true to the principle, always worked from a place of love, always worked from a place of trying to do the best that he can for the profession, for chiropractors, for the public, and for his own family. The only way to get to the level that he's at is to know your purpose and to go through the storms that it's going to happen through that purpose. And I appreciate what you've done for me. I appreciate what you've done for this whole profession. You've kept this model going, and your giving, loving heart has been an inspiration to me, so I appreciate that.
Okay, let's get on with this. Questions, Hank? Oh, so you know everything, do you?
What's your opinion of where this model is going? What do you see happening in the future? And what needs to happen for us to be to your level of success?
Well, I think more people have to say, yeah, I think I can, when it's so much easier to say, I can't do that. The excuse so uses, oh, well, Joe's different. That's why he does that. You know, yeah, Joe is different, that's true, but that has nothing to do with why it works. It works because it can work. You just need to get in the mindset to make it work. And that means thinking a different way. Nobody wants to do that. It's such a problem. Like that. We think everything. Oh my God. But if you can change your mindset, boy, I mean, the only reason I tell people about what I do is because I found such absolute joy and happiness in doing this. What a great way to live. I don't work very hard. I get rewarded mightily. This is great stuff. Come on, join us. Be a part of this. No, this is not just something, well, I'll try it. You know, patient ever say that to you? I'll give you a try. And you want to just, you know, punch him in the face. You're not gonna try me. You can either come here or not come here, but you're not gonna try me. I'll give you a try. Everybody who's ever said that to me, I say, don't bother. And you can't say that about this form of chiropractic. I'll give it a try and see what happens. You have to say, I can see that it works, and I want to live that way. I want to do that, and I'm going to do it. But I'm going to give it a try. I don't think about it. Let's just- I don't know, what do you want me to say?
Whatever's on your
That's what's on my mind.
So what do you see happening with this model?
Oh, probably it's gonna go under tomorrow, the next day. And anybody who's involved in it is wasting their time.
Except for you, though.
Well,
Camera's rolling, man. Camera's rolling.
I have used up all the good that's available.
So good's limited, success is
Taking it
limited.
unto myself.
Unto yourself. Well, at least the one's in good hands, so that's good.
I think Reggie's, I've often thought about, you know, why didn't this go a little bit further? I said, Reggie's probably, he went around espousing this whole non-therapeutic thing, but he didn't leave behind the practicalities of practicing it because he never practiced it. You know, so he didn't teach the package. He taught the philosophy, and a lot of people bought into it, and then they went home and continued to practice the same Mexican way they had practiced. And I like that philosophy, but you can't practice it practically. You can't make a living with it. That's right. I think that was a flaw in Reggie. We all have flaws.
Yeah, right.
Well, you have flaws.
That's right. More specific.
But I think that was Reggie's flaw. That's why he liked to be on a program with me so much, because I would talk about the practical application. I'm not as philosophically pure as Reggie is. And that didn't bother me at all. Not because I couldn't be, it's because I was too busy applying it. If we take this thing and we apply it to other human beings, get them under care, have them pay a fee, have them go out and tell other people, build a bigger pool of people looking for this, that's all positive stuff. That's what I was involved in. Reggie was just involved in being sure everybody fully understands the purity of the principle. That's okay, and somebody needs to do that, but you also need to be able to practice it in a way that is moderately lucrative. You know, you can pay off your student loans and have a life and have a place to live and wives and husbands and families and kids and all the things all of us want. I'm done.
Do you think the schools will ever have any type of resource conducive to this model?
Depends on CCEs around. If CCE can be taken over and reformed into a, you know, I spent a lot of time, I was chairman of the board at Sherman College for 20 years. Spent a lot of time involved in chiropractic education. Accrediting agencies are supposed to look at your catalog, see what your purpose is, and then examine the school and say, does it meet its purpose? Does it actually accomplish what it advertises? If it does, you're approved. The CCE, on the other hand, says, here's what we think you ought to be shooting for. We want you to change your catalog so it sounds that way, and then we'll decide if you are actually accomplishing that goal. As long as they're allowed to do that, and the federal government Department of Education allows that to happen, I don't see how we can get out of this place. These people in CCE do not want what's best for chiropractic.
I see that the profession, primarily the two largest schools in chiropractic, had two shots to reform the CCE.
Sure.
One when they were battling with scars on CCE,
Yes.
and the second that happened pretty recently, where the CCE was under criticism, and correct me if I'm wrong, Guy Riekman said he was going to not give in, and ended up just changing his mind.
Yep.
Is that correct?
Yep.
So if what you're saying is going to happen, how do can the schools have some sort of coalition that they can unite to have a voice to say we need to reform this accrediting agency? And could that even possibly happen if there's been twice that it could have happened and the schools changed their mind at the last minute?
The CCE has